Hello, good evening to everyone here, and I hope I'm not going to be very distorted tonight here. And we had a few technical issues yesterday. We've had technical issues all day today, so I couldn't do my community news programme. So I'm back here live in living colour here, and thank you very much for the love hearts already. Of course, as we start a new fresh day here, and a few people enjoying the show already. Of course, the one and only Beauty Sound with Nick Cee, and there is a Beauty Sound with JC coming soon, which has already hit the platform on TikTok and soon on YouTube as well. So we kicked off with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. We should now continue with, you've guessed it, a little bit of a nursery rhyme here with some beats along the way, and we'll do some hymnology. Hymnology, eh? We do some hymns. And if you do want to support the channel, feel free to do so at any one time. The show's usually lasting about an hour, so a little bit later than usual. So, of course, we're going to do part number 1 and 2 and 3 of Commit to a Relationship. Her word for today very, very soon, and it will be coming up in the show. Hello and a very good evening to everyone here. Of course, Lewis, hello to you. Of course, great piano skills. Thank you very much indeed for that. Really do appreciate that. Of course, I am doing a sort of demo kind of thing. If I go wrong here and there, then I do apologise. I hope I'm coming out louder than a CB here, and of course, nice and clear for you as well, not too distorted. I know it's a little bit early for Christmas, but we are going to go Christmassy to get that warm glow inside you. Well, it happens in shops, doesn't it? Of course, shops sell out Christmas stuff early, so why not play Christmas songs early? I know it's a little bit too early for Christmas at this moment of time, but yeah, we're in October, but yeah, there's a couple of months yet to go. Well, just a little bit of this month and November to go. Who's looking forward to Christmas, eh? Yeah, a bit of Calypso Carol and Starry Night. Absolutely brilliant, both of them here. Very good evening to everyone here. We have the poison and we have the cure. Well, of course, the musical cure. Yeah, the musical cure, whatever you like to call it there. So I'm going to read you one for now, and then, of course, very shortly on the way, I'm going to read you another. So, of course, please do stand by for that. Commit to relationship number 1. For wherever you go, I will go. Alright, okay, commit to a relationship number 1, wherever you go, I will go. And one of the greatest scriptures on commitment in the Bible are the words of Ruth to Naomi. Entreat me not to leave you, or to turn back from following after you. Wherever you go, I will go. And wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. Why are we afraid to commit to a relationship? Number 1, fear of losing control. Why forego any of my independence? And number 2, fear of lack. What if he or she ruins my finances, which is money these days? And number 3, fear of inadequacy. What if I can't meet his or her expectations? And number 4, fear of loneliness. What if he or she deserts me? And number 5, fear of pain. I've been hurt before and I don't want to be hurt again. So what do you do? Today the answer has become a common law marriage. But this isn't God's way. Living together without marriage is like renting a room versus buying a house. If a repair is necessary for the rented room, the renter is apt to abandon the room for another. If a repair is necessary for their home, the owners, who should have put much consideration and prayer into the decision to purchase, make the required commitment to protect their investment. Do you know what? Of course, a study showed on cohabitation found that nearly 19% of couples who lived together before their engagement had suggested divorce during their marriage. And in couples who did not live together first, the figure was just over 10%. Contrary to what you think, those who play around and move from relationship to relationship don't experience lasting happiness. Whereas those who commit themselves to God are the one other experience true and lasting happiness. And that's the end of commit to relationship number 1. That's part number 1. For wherever you go, I will go. Next one is commit to relationship number 2, and it will follow soon. Please do stay with us. is just brilliant there. The Lord of Fun of Mankind and the John Hughes of Bread of Heaven there. Brilliant stuff there. Where else? Just where else on the dial here? Very good evening to everyone here. This is Beauty Sound with Nick Cee here, wherever you are listening. And please do stay with them when you're on here. We challenge you to keep still 24/7 here. Anyway, of course, we should continue in that form here. Of course, talking of Christmas stuff, shall we go for Little Town of Bethlehem? Welcome to the show, which is simply called, yes, you've guessed it, it's up on the screen here, Beauty Sound with Nick Cee. And where else have you been for the last few moments? Because you've missed a whole chunk of showage. But anyway, of course, it's time for, of course, the relationship section, which is the commit to relationship part number 2. I'm going to read it to you without the music here, so of course you can probably set the scene here. Thank you very much for sharing the live here. Fantastic here. Feel free to support the channel, and the only way to do that, of course, if you can send a donation if you wish. It's entirely up to you. Commit to the relationship number 2. The two shall become one. The word commit means to blind or obligate or pledge. And for some of us, ladies and gentlemen, it invokes pictures of servitude, restraints and loss of freedom. In other words, it frightens us. Many people place a high value on their independence, and self-sufficiency. And as a result, some of them can be also more reluctant to commit to a relationship that requires compromise and consideration of another person's views. It may lead to a desire to keep the relationship fluid and flexible so they can stay or leave whenever they want. The partner desiring the commitment finds such a relationship frustrating and unfulfilling. So what do you do if you are reluctant to commit to the relationship? You might ask yourself here. So any comments are welcome here as we speak regarding the subject, obviously. Two things. One, be honest with yourselves about your fears, feelings and motivations. David said, you desire the truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part you will make me to know wisdom. So in the hidden part you will make me to know wisdom. Notice wisdom comes from being honest about what is going on inside you. What are your memories of your parents' marriage and how it affected you? Have you observed similar patterns of your behaviour on your part or that of your own potential mate when it comes to dealing with relationships? And number two, admit the role that you may have played, even as an enabler of poor behaviour. In the collapse of a former relationship, that is. Have you changed now, or are you willing to? So, have you actually changed, or are you willing to change? If so, then here is God's promise to you for a better future. Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Absolutely brilliant here. So, Kevin Smith, I thought you don't talk about relationships on here. Well, of course, it is part of the word for today. And, of course, I'm not actually talking about personal life. I'm talking about, of course, what is basically said in these segments here that sort of covers everybody. So, of course, everybody needs to know about this, you know. For your nice comment there on that one. Not everybody agrees with that one, but yeah, the word gets about, doesn't it? I think that's what scares most people a lot, about the fact that, of course, word gets about so quickly. It's a small world, isn't it? I didn't even know I had some viewers, even though it's not showing up that you're watching. How strange is that? We got some secret viewers. One means 1,000. Do not hesitate to subscribe to the Touring with Nick Cee on the YouTube. And hopefully I'll get my technical system up and running. If there is a problem with tomorrow night's show, such as, of course, my computer is going in the garage or wherever it is. I don't mean garage, I think garage. I mean, of course, the MOT for the laptop. So, yeah, if that is the case, then I will inform people. And, of course, perhaps, we'll have to reschedule again. But hopefully we won't. But I'm going to try again tomorrow night anyway. I'm just in two minds whether I should take it down to the computer shop. About 4 times in a row. I've got to say this now. It is by Fred Dunn. It's called Jubilate Deo, or Jubilate Everybody. If you know the words, sing along. I'm going to try and sing it to you if I can. I'm not the best singer in the world, by the way. Jubilate, everybody, search the Lord in all your ways and come before the presence singing, and to know His courts with praise. For the Lord our God is gracious, and His mercies everlasting. Jubilate, 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 Deo. Jubilate, everybody, search the Lord in your ways and come before the presence singing, and to know His courts with praise. For the Lord our God is gracious, and His mercy everlasting. Jubilate, 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 Deo. Oh, I can't do any more of that because it goes faster and faster and faster. Brilliant stuff. I ask you, just where else on the dial here? Do not touch that dial and keep it right here on the one here. Yes, of course, we've got Commit to Relationship number 3 to go along with now. And, of course, is there a song that you particularly liked here? And I'll try and play it for you, especially for Kieran, who has been watching here. And all we want to know is what kind of county you're watching from. It'd be nice to know. So, yeah, how did you play with no hands at the end? Did I play with no hands at the end? Okay. Alright, okay. We're getting party time now as we talk about committing to a relationship number 3, or part number 3. Now Jonathan again calls David to vow because he loved him. For a relationship to succeed, both parties must be totally committed to it. Have we got that, everybody? So both parties must be committed to it. Let's today look at some more reasons of why we may be afraid to commit. Well, it's like that with, of course, a show. Of course, not everybody's committed to watch a show, isn't it? Very similar to that, isn't it? In that sort of way. I wouldn't say Kieran is not committed, but of course, yeah. I'm just saying on that sort of lines here. So, yeah, number 1, consider whether you have a real feelings for your partner or whether you are biding your time until somebody better comes along. In other words, be honest with yourself, because your happiness depends on it. Not your life depends on it. And number 2, talk about your specific fears with your partner. One writer offers these. I'm afraid you will try to change me. I feel emasculated if you don't submit to me. If the marriage fails, you may take my money and leave me impoverished. You may restrict too much of my time with the boys. You may require too much of my attention. You must honestly share your feelings and request feedback to your concerns. And number 3, part number 3 on this one. Try a 30-day interval of no contact with your romantic interest. So basically, of course, go apart for a couple of days, absolutely not contacting your loved one with your romantic interest, and find out how life would feel without him or her. Do you know what? Some non-committed relationships are merely for convenience, so access your feelings apart from your inconvenience you will endure. Convenience is a weak foundation for a marriage. And number 4, re-examine your expectations. Don't expect your partner to fulfill every facet of your life. If, for example, if you have a need for high adventure that's manifest in bungee jumping with your friends to enjoy it with, that's just an example, by the way, and be happy that your partner is faithful, loving, and laughs a lot. Something you need to think about properly. And just one more thought. There is an emptiness within each of us that only God can fill. And when he does, we require less from our partner and learn how to become a better partner. So that is the end of all of them. Thank goodness for that, somebody you have been saying out there. So, yeah, of course, I think they do that in Suffolk too. What are you actually referring to? Oh, what, a party? If you're referring to a party. Apparently there's a disability party, like a nightclub kind of thing at the, I think it's the Romsey Labour Club it used to be called, or something like that, down at Mill Road in Cambridge. So yeah, I just heard a little bit about it. I don't know much about it. I just heard that, of course, they accept a little bit of a fee to get in. I've emailed them for more information. Absolutely brilliant. I ask you just where else on the dial once more here. It is Nick Cee with Beauty Sound, and yeah, we are Beauty Sound. Hopefully you enjoy that noise. Well, actually, it's relaxing noise that, of course, we are talking about, not that sort of really loud, heavy gun stuff. Anyway, of course, yeah, we are enjoying playing the music as well as hopefully you guys and girls, or whoever is listening right this minute, to enjoy some really fantastic music here. If there is something that you've heard and you want it heard again, please do pay attention to it, or pay attention to it, and of course note it down if you know the name of it, and then of course come on my show and leave me a comment, and of course I'll do my best to include it in the show. So that would be great if we can get at least one request in. Of course, it's not normally a request show, and of course we're not a guest show either, unless it's specifically aimed at, of course, the show, which of course we can have a musical guest on talking about their music and that kind of thing. So yeah, what inspires you about music? And do let me know in the comments here if you can. Yeah, my screen is about to shut off here, so yeah, I've just about escaped that one. But anyway, of course, we're coming near to the end of the programme here, so we'd like to thank everybody here for tuning in here, and thanks to, of course, the mods that might come in from time to time. We are looking for new mods coming in from time to time. So this fantastic keyboard, the E203, is just amazing. Thank you, and God bless, and stay safe. Cheerio.